Hey everybody, we're back. I'm Alex.
And I am Evan.
And we're playing Phantasy Star 4. This is part 2. So, you want to give a recap of what happened last time, Evan?
Well, Chad, that guy and Aya, who are monster hunters, found out that Principal Left Eye, was aware of Darkers in the basement. And so now we're going to Birth Valley to investigate. And Han is funding us.
How is it that Han is the only name you got right?
Wait, okay, I know it was either Chaz or Chad.
It's Chaz.
There you
go. Once for the road. Chaz.
Oh, and then Alice.
Yeah, Chaz, Alice, Han. And actually, to get up to speed, we can use the party talk function.
Nice.
Yes. So see, look, they even give you the location, where you're going. They say go to the northeast.
Yeah.
And all right, and yeah, you also forgot to mention that Zio the Black
the
Black Magician Dizzle.
The guy from Magic Knight Rayearth turned people to stone in that village.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. So I don't think we talked about this last time, but the significance of Zio is that he's apparently using magic, and that's a big deal, because people can't use magic. Most people can't. Magic's really rare in this universe.
So, okay, wait, we touched on this a bit in the first video, but so techs in here are what, if they're not, the actual, installable devices that they are in PSO? They
are psychic powers, essentially.
So people just have psionics in this future?
Yeah, apparently it's a teachable thing, because from what I remember reading, the reason why magic fell out of use was because techs were just easier for people to learn. So,
okay.
So a lot of people end up using techs, and and magic's hard.
Yeah.
It's why people trace instead of draw.
But no, it makes sense. It's why should I have to, be Gandalf when I can just, move stuff with my mind?
Exactly. So now we're in Mile, and we talked about this, you and I talked about this before, but one of the things I like about Phantasy Star is that every town, most of the towns have some kind of significant, scenery that sets them apart from each other.
Yeah. And
Miles is the sandworm.
Okay, so those sandworms, that sandworm right there is that's a sandworm, but are they eventually going to become dune size?
Well, the significance here is that sandworms are actually a really common thing in other parts of Motavia. Motavia is the planet we are on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned that. And they're bad news, just like in Dune, because they're huge and they will wreck you.
Yeah.
And this idiot got a baby sandworm and decided to raise it himself on the idea that, it'll attract tourists to Mile. Because Mile's a shithole. Look, there's nothing here.
So he just has the one?
Yeah, he just has the one sandworm.
Oh, and so it's just jumping around in the sand over there. Okay.
Yeah, but we'll see it a little bit later, and, it'll pretty much confirm that he was in fact an idiot. I believe there's people you can actually talk to in this town that'll call him stupid, but...
Oh, okay.
I don't want to waste time looking for him, so... Here we go. Finally getting some real weapons. Chaz gets a sword, because that's what heroes get. Alice gets some slashers. And Han's just gonna get a hand-me-down dagger from Chaz.
So once the sandworm grows up, it'll be his friend, and he can... go kill all the Darkers with his dune worm.
He'll never find a party for that.
It'll just be hey, what's up, Dark Balls? And, the Zone Eater from FF6 pops up and, sucks him in.
We don't talk about Dark Falls in this game. It's Dark Force. And it's a big deal. It's not your freaking, everybody go wail on the big monster and get some loot guy.
Loot.
You enrage me.
So okay,
I must kill random monsters.
let me know when. Let me know when. You know, there's gonna be a kind of a long walking segment to the next destination because you know, on the note of that subject that you despise.
Well, I'm gonna walk past the next destination a little bit actually to show off a town that won't be around very long.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can talk about.
Okay, I mean, so whilst we're random battling here,
right?
Like, so I mean, you know, you've told me many times that these aren't connected to PSO.
Not in any way.
Okay. So here's honest question.
Right.
Like in this game, like already at this point in Phantasy Star, like humans have, you know, space travel, and I presume like FTL capability.
I don't not FTL,
but space travel and you know at least space travel.
I don't want to go into it too much right now, but all the Phantasy Star games so far take place in the Algol system, and it's important that they're all happening in the same solar system.
I mean, it's just like, long story short, I was just, you know, presuming a universe that has space travel, is it within the realm of possibility that whatever crew of dudes is in Phantasy Star Online are just some humans who are like, we're gonna get in a spaceship and go over here and do stuff in this totally different place?
It would be feasible if it wasn't for Dark Force or Falls or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Because there's a plot reason why Dark Force sightings have to occur in the Algol system.
Oh, okay.
So,
I mean, because, you know, like, how you feel about PSO aside, I thought it'd be pretty cool if, like, the series was just, you know, like, spanning generations, essentially. I mean, like, from the Genesis to modern day. Like, it'd be big and epic.
Yeah, but no. And there's also a lot of, like, little, like world-building kind of details, and I'll point them out when we come across them.
Okay. Because I'm actually really interested in, yeah, like, why it, you know, if it's not connected, why it can't be connected.
Right. I'll get into that when it comes up.
Okay.
Instantly, now I can show off, you know, one of the cool things, and I'm pretty sure this was the first RPG of the time to do this, but when you have the proper characters use the proper abilities, you can pull off awesome combination attacks.
Oh yeah.
Tri-Blaster.
So cool. It's like so Power Rangers. Yeah. It's like...
Also, as a completely pointless fact, it does radiation damage.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah. There are actually different damage types in the game. Most of them don't really come up. It's just kind of like it's just like you can improve your experience if you know, like, oh, robots are strong against fire, but there's nothing in the game that will point that out,
yeah.
And you have no way of knowing that without, like, delving into the coding. So this is the village of Mollicom. These guys here are Motavians. They're the native race of the planet.
Right.
I just wanted to show them off while I still had the chance. We're gonna go back, and I actually forgot to rest at the inn.
So are they like the low-tech natives that the humans are infringing and stealing the land of? Actually,
it's a little weird because
sandworms. What?
Those are baby sandworms.
Is one of these the things that guy has? Presumably. Oh, neat. Okay.
Yeah, these are mini worms, but there are actual, like, baby sandworms in other sections of Motavia.
Huh.
And if you leave them alone, like, long enough, they'll, like, turn into big kill you sandworms and just, like, wreck your party. And that's the reason why everybody calls this guy stupid, because you have to be pretty high level to reliably kill off the legitimate sandworms.
Yeah.
It's actually, I mean, if you're willing to try, like, some really risky setups, you can potentially, like, level grind, like, really well off of them. But at the point you're first running into them, it's really just like a, hey, look, there's this thing. Don't fight it.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah. So the Motavians, I mean, you don't get to see a whole lot of them in this game, unfortunately. But they're apparently low tech in terms of like traditional technology. Right. But they are also the only race on the planet that knows the secrets of refining titanium and making titanium weapons. Oh. And titanium weapons are like really, really good at this point in the game.
Right.
So here's another part I really liked. We talked about this before, but...
Yeah, this was creepy.
Yeah, we're in Zema, and I love... Phantasy Star is really good about just kind of letting you see stuff. It's good at showing but not telling things. For example, we come to Zema, we get the creepy music, and immediately you see this guy.
Yeah.
They've been turned into stone. But if you... In like any modern RPG, and hell, even in a lot of like Super Nintendo Genesis era RPGs, like all the action would stop, and the characters would be like, "What? Look,
yeah,
we're in this town, and everybody's turned to stone."
Yeah, it's much cooler, I think, when games just, you know, they just let you walk around and they just put the situation in front of you and let you be the one to be like,
yeah,
wait a second.
Yeah, there's another. I hope we get to it, but there's another town that does something very similar, way later in the game, and it does it so much cooler. Like I really hope we get to that so I can show it to you. Fucking. Oh no, the combo didn't go off.
Oh wait.
Yeah, why did that go off? Normally the reason why a combo won't go off is because all the characters their turns have to all end up like back to back.
Right.
So triple techs are a lot harder to pull off ad hoc than double techs are. But normally, I mean, you fix that just by setting it up so that your slowest character goes first.
Right.
But yeah, Han's still the slowest, so.
Well, I guess all the enemies were slower than.
I don't know, some weird fluke of the battle system. Let's try it again. There we go. Tri-blaster.
So does that use TP from all three of them?
Yeah, it does. And
does it actually save TP? Is it cheaper than using the individual spells for each person, or what?
It's not, but it does give you. But it does. Number one, it hits everybody on screen, and that's a huge. That's pretty much always a huge deal, at any point in this game.
Ah.
But it does like roughly. I think it does. I think each enemy takes more damage than they would normally from each individual attack, and it hits everybody.
Oh, okay.
Normally, if you wanted to do a hit everybody tech, it takes a substantial amount of TP from one person. But yeah, this way you split it across 3 people. Not so useful right now because Chaz has a really small TP pool at the moment, but eventually, like this is the game-breaking combo for the moment. It's the I don't feel like fighting the fight combo.
Okay.
Here's Professor Holtz. So yeah, so that's what happened with the team. They all got turned to stone.
Yeah.
By Zio Dizzle.
Ashley, what?
Asheline.
Huh.
It's like a thing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we go back to the Motavian village.
Right.
I'm sure nothing is going to have changed in the Motavian village recently.
And we got 500 Mesta out of Han.
We're just gonna go to the Motavian village and everything will be fine.
Well, why would you think otherwise? I mean, we were just there.
Yeah. No, I think that we're gonna go get the medicine.
Huh. See, look, there's wait. I thought we were farther down. There was the town.
Sand newt.
Yeah, it's a newt, but on the sand.
And giant.
Well, only relatively giant compared to less giant things.
Yeah.
That are also giant. I don't know if that made sense. I'm not going to examine it. Mollicom! Oh.
Oh, no.
There's that music again.
It got burned down so fast. Like,
this was so unavoidable. If only they'd let us through the gates. Let's talk to Rune.
oh man, I don't know. Okay, I remember this guy. And the fangirls squealed.
Look, Rune is the man. He's got the awesome ponytail and the shiny hair, and he's really like insulting and belligerent towards Chaz. And he's got the cool music.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rune's cool, and I think most people who play the game would probably cite Rune as aesthetically one of their favorite characters.
It's the cape.
He's just. I remember when I was a kid, like Rune was just so cool when I first ran into him because it's the cape.
Yeah, like
that cool like cape hood combo is just it's bitchin'. I actually like a lot of the character designs. I like the outfits and stuff. I like how practical Chaz's outfit is. You haven't really gotten to see it like in a good cutscene yet.
Right.
He's like actually wearing armor.
I don't like Chaz's hair. I think his hair needs to have a little less, you know...
sheen?
I think it needs to have a little less volume. Like, maybe he should have cut it after he was done with the Pantene commercial.
Look, they don't let you be a JRPG hero
Yeah.
unless your hair, you know, gets a certain amount of lift on it. So, them's the breaks.
There you go. That's why people love Cloud.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason people love Cloud. We're gonna take Rune's cane. There's a reason for that. Rune's cane is actually insanely useful because if you use it as an item, it uses a rest spell for free.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this is actually the point where I'm gonna take Han's dagger away forever, give him 2 shields, and he never gets to fight again.
Okay.
From now on, all Han gets to do is heal people and occasionally shoot ice with his mind. This is the strategy.
Like, so while you were, you know, in the first menu, I was just glancing, you know, at skill, equip, status.
Uh-huh.
And then I guess I brain farted a little because, like, I saw the bottom one and I was like, wait, who's Marco?
You should ask Polo.
Yeah.
Ah.
I was about to be like, hey, what does Marco do?
We have fun. All right, so the reason I gave Han the 2 shields is for the characters in the game who aren't like good at fighting to begin with. It's generally a lot. They generally have better ways to contribute to the fight than, you know, fighting. So
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh yeah, so that's why Rune is. I should have gotten into this. Rune's in the party. Rune's awesome. He's a wizard. He's also level 17. He's way stronger than everybody else on my team. And he's got, like, better stats than everybody.
He's a higher level than the strongest hunter on the planet?
Well, he's a wizard. He's like Gandalf.
Okay, yeah.
And look, his age is question mark. You don't know how old he is.
Yeah. I don't know how Gandalf is.
You also know how old Alice is, but,
Oh.
you know, you don't ask a woman her age.
How old is Chaz?
Chaz, I think, is 17? 16.
Ah.
See, that's why he looks like... Oh, I actually didn't realize that Han was, like, way older than Chaz.
Huh.
That's weird. He doesn't look older. Huh. Oh well. But, yeah. So Rune's a wizard. That means he can use actual magic. Which is a huge deal.
So, yeah, like, in universe, is actual magic, like, stronger than text or whatever?
Oh yeah, everything Zio is doing, like turning people to stone and stuff, that's actual magic. It's a huge deal.
Oh, okay.
But before we get back into that chatter, I want to show off a couple things about Krupp. First off, the dog.
That looks like a pig.
Yeah, he's actually going to be semi-important later on. The other thing is, you might have missed it. You or a viewer might have missed it, but Han specifically mentioned he doesn't want to come to Krupp.
Oh, that's
that
right.
we can bypass that. He recommends bypassing it. And the reason why is because This is where Han's parents live. And Papa disowned him because he wanted to go, get some book learning at the university instead of working in an armor shop.
He could have been a blacksmith and had a pig dog.
Well, what's especially sad is that all Krupp sells is carbon armor, which is kind of nifty for the next dungeon, and then nobody gives a crap. So his dad isn't a terribly failing business. The other reason that Krupp is vaguely important is because this is where Han's fiance lives.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, completely optional little, side thing you can check out right now, but I think it's nifty. This is his fiance, Saya.
Yeah, Saya.
Saya? Is that how you pronounce it?
Saya, yeah.
And she's so pretty, she sparkles.
She's a vampire?
What's really funny is if you don't come and see this right now, later on you meet her during a really dramatic moment, and she still does, oh, by the way, I'm Saya, sparkle. and it completely ruins the gravitas of the moment. And the kiss noise is the same sound as healing noise.
Because it's making Han feel better.
Yes. Alright, so, I think we can make it to the next town.
So Han is married to, the hottest chick / in-game.
Well, the only other significant female character that you meet on this planet, who is like a normal human, is Alice. So yeah, it basically comes down to them or the nameless townswomen, I imagine. And I mean, having a portrait, I think gives you a. I mean, call me shallow, but I for one find women who have actual features to be way more attractive.
Yeah.
Than women who are just 16-bit sprites. I am shallow, I will admit that, but I would not date a woman who is, a 16-bit sprite.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
And come on, Alice is weirdly adorable. Look at the kitty smile.
Yeah.
Look at the kitty smile. She's got the weird little upward curve of the lip on the far side.
Freaking 16-bit creeper.
Look, when you were a kid, we didn't have freaking FMV.
Yeah.
We had Alice, and we had Terra and Salus.
Oh, man.
Alice wins. Oh, here's the thing I wanted to show about magic. Alright, so Rone's gonna show off a bit right now. Flaylee.
Oh, lasers!
Yeah. So that's magic. That's what magic does.
Huh.
And he explicitly calls it magic.
Yeah.
And
then Chaz is just like, magic!
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that the other day, and I like Chaz a lot, but the problem is he never gets to be the most interesting person in the party, because they're so busy developing the other characters. All Chaz gets to do is, kind of jump in at the end of sentences and conversation.
Repeat the last thing that...
Pretty much.
That last...
Alright, everyone, we're gonna go defeat Zio. Defeat Zio!
Yeah.
It's yes, good job, Chaz. Go buy some weapons and armor and some monomates for the party. That's a good boy. I like him, though. He's, I like him better than a lot of other JRPG protagonists. I think it's kind of because of that, but he doesn't have as much, Wang Sting interpersonal drama like a lot of modern characters have. And he's just chill. And he wears armor. I like that. He's got a very practical outfit, of armor over clothes. And there are a couple parts where he just takes off the armor when they're relaxing, and it's a pretty decent looking outfit because but it's practical in combat unless you get hit in the head, in which case.
Okay, wait. I just saw for a brief instant. Does Chaz have stupid one shoulder up, yes, and one shoulder down.
You know, I have never...
Like, like...
I have never, ever noticed that. Thank you for ruining my favorite game. I hope you die in a fire.
He's like, I put the other shoulder down because it's cool. It makes me a rebel. Chaz.
Look, Chaz is an apprentice hunter. He probably doesn't... Like, all he's make... If this is any indication, the only money he's making is what he finds on monsters. So, he probably doesn't have a lot of money to keep, to spend on armor upkeep and shit. I'm sure Alice keeps, like, the lion's share of it. Because she was level 7 when they started. If he'd ever complained, she'd just, like, foy him. With his, like, 30 hit points, and he'd die. So, yeah, like, cut the guy some slack. He's also the only person in the party actually wearing some armor. And
Well, freaking Rune doesn't need armor, he's got a cool cape.
Well, Rune can also, like, magic your face off.
Yeah.
Like, he goes before everybody and everything right now. That's why, like, this is the first, like, grinding place in the game, when you have Rune in your party. I can show off another tech now. Or I can show off another combo right now. But, yeah, Rune is just so far and above, like, everything right now that you can pretty much just... Like, you can just keep resting at an inn and just have him walk around and wipe out everything. And, everything will die. Because he's Rune, and that's how he rolls. I want to show off... Come on, one more random battle. Give me one more... There we go. Alright. Okay, it's just on-cam attack. Firestorm!
Whoa!
Yeah, so Alice learned the Zan technique, which, of course, the name clearly tells you it's a wind attack. And you can combine that with Foy, fire, or Watt, ice, and you can get Firestorm or Blizzard. Blizzard looks exactly the same, just blue. But,
okay.
This is a good place to cut off part 2, so next time we will see you guys at the village of Tonoe.
Yes.
Later.
Later on.